All right, all right. Welcome again to another episode of Apps in 50 Days. And today is day three. Okay, we are building 50 apps in 50 days. And today I'll be revealing what we are going to be building in a second. But I'm going to teach you how you can take your idea, use AI to build it, and put it out there and make some money off of it. And if you have no idea at all, I'll show you how you can take someone else's idea or an idea that is working out there. Okay. Research, find a gap in the market. Okay. And see how you can build an application that, you know, and see how you can build an application that will, and see how you can build an application that will fill a gap in the market. Okay. So I'll share my screen real quick and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. So today we're going to be building. Okay, I'm going to show you in a second. Today, look at this application right here, Cal AI. What does Cal AI do? Okay, you might ask. Cal AI essentially takes a photo of your food, takes it to ChatGPT or Gemini, and basically ask it to tell you tell you what the calories in the food is. Like you can see in this photo, a photo of the pancake taken. Okay, and what do you see on the screen? Calories 615. It tells you the carbs, the fats, the protein. Okay. And that's all this app does. And it does millions. Okay. It does millions out there. One sec. Okay. All right. The focus was out in, out there. Okay. So it does millions and it was created by this kid right here, Zach Gary? I don't even know how to say his name. He's 18 years old. This is his LinkedIn profile. He's from Rosalind, New York, and he basically vibe coded this audience. And I'm going to show you how you can basically, if you have no idea, you can basically use this playbook to, uh, make money off of someone else's idea. Okay, so here's the play. Okay, so I recommend going to Gemini, Google Gemini for this because it's first of all, it's Google. They have the resources to reach every website out there in the internet. Okay. Someone might say in the interwebs. Okay. You would want to use Google for this. Okay. So I use Google Gemini and I go to Google. You can also use one also resource that is good is Grok from X. You can also use Manus AI. I used to use Manus AI a lot for these type of stuff. Those type of detail where it goes to search competitors and gives you detailed analysis. Okay, so I basically went to Google and I basically used my voice. I didn't even have to type, and I said I want to make an app similar to Cal AI that basically lets you take a picture. Um, Food and tells you how many calories. Now, I want you to do some research, okay, on Cal AI, and I want you to see how we can recreate it. But here's the twist. I want you to create a similar application, but the twist is we gotta fill a gap in the market. Okay, we gotta fill some sort of gap in it. We can't just go use someone else's app, vibe code it and put it out there. It's not gonna do nothing. Okay, um, you know, Cal AI has a chokehold on the market right now. And if you go to their website, all of these. Look at all of these Instagram influencers they got, promoting that application 24/7. But there is an issue with this, and I'll be showing you that in a second. Okay. So if you look at actually before we get back to this, let's go back to what Gemini did. So it came out with a plan: research car AI application to understand the core features, monetization model, user interface, and primary proposition. Okay, search for recent user reviews and critiques of Cal AI. So it's not just going to research the application; it's going to go out there, research what users are complaining about. Okay, so it can find a gap, so you can build an app that address these type of users that are complaining about this application. And I'll tell you exactly what these users are complaining about this application in a second. But thirdly, investigate a broader landscape of AI food tracking apps to identify major competitors and their standard features. Okay, look for unmet needs in the nutrition tracking market, such as specific focus on micronutrients, okay, gut health, food allergies, sustainable metrics, emotional eating patterns. Okay, this is important, guys. Okay, we are asking Google Gemini to research emerging trends in the diet and technology, okay, such as personalized nutrition based on DNA or um, microbiome, okay, data to find potential technological edges. Okay, analyze the feasibility of integrating the social features, gamification, or coaching elements that are currently lacking in the photo-based calorie tracking. Okay, and then finally synthesize the findings into to propose three distinct twists or market gaps that a new application could address. Okay, and look at what it went out there to do. Let me just close this right here. Look at what it went out to do. It made a detailed research. Okay, this detailed. Like I read through this and I was like, man, I had no idea. But you don't have to read through all of this. I'll make it really simple for you. Okay, so um over here in Gemini, you can go to create and then create an infographic, okay, or even ask it a quiz so that you can understand what the article is talking about, or even create an audio overview. But what I went ahead to do was to create an infographic, and this is what it came out with, okay. Apps like Cal AI mastered visual recognition. Okay, so you basically take a photo, send it to ChatGPT, and it recognizes what is in the photo and it's able to guesstimate what the calories might be. But users are demanding more. Okay, users, me myself, I've used Cal AI. I'm like, oh man, this is trash. I can just go to ChatGPT and do exact same thing. Okay, it doesn't really tell me much apart from just telling me, apart from just telling me this information. Okay, calories, carbs, protein, fats. One thing I would give it though, it helps you track your nutrients. So if you log your food every day, you basically the value it's providing you is helping you track your nutrients and food over time. Okay, that is the value I'm going to give it. That so if you are going below your protein intake, you can be able to visually see it every day. Okay, but there are limitations. It doesn't mean they've solved all the whole problem. Okay, like this research said, users want more. Okay, they want to know, and they want to know if it's worth it. Okay, um so it put this together. 12% of trackers integrate 12% of trackers integrate growth. So research into the current app. Okay, users are overwhelmed by the numbers of calories. Okay, this is a gap. Users are overwhelmed, like they don't know what to do with that data or what that data means. And this is what Gemini is suggestion. Less than okay. Um, if you go through this website, it gives you an insight. Okay, like this, the twist. Okay, three pillar scoring. So instead of doing what Cal AI is doing, we basically want to find the biological value, the economic value, and environmental value. Oh, we don't actually. Let me read this right here. We don't just calculate calories. We calculate value. Okay, the app assigns every meal a nutri score based on three distinct pillars. This gamifies not just the weight loss, but financial discipline and economy. So you if you are to build an application like this, right? Trying to find a gap, right? Basically telling you you just don't want to provide a biological value, right? Which is what Cal AI is doing, or nutritional value. You also want to provide some sort of economic value. How can you add some sort of economic? Grocery prices are expensive these days, okay? And how can you even also add environmental value? All right. So, yeah. So this is what it proposes. Neutral value, how neutral value is going to work. Snap a photo. User takes a photo of a meal or barcode. Deep analysis. AI identifies ingredients, queries, grocery prices. Okay, carbon API. Okay, and then the final part is the value score. Okay, where it returns all of this data for the user to see. Okay, and I'll show you this in a second. That also came from the research. Okay, so the rise of metabolic intelligence beyond the calorie. Okay, the accuracy gap. Okay, 2D images cannot detect hidden ingredients. Okay, so what Cal AI is basically doing is taking a photo to ChatGPT, or they might even be using Gemini in the background. Any model that has vision and is just guesstimating what the calories are within the food, right? And it's a 2D model. It's not able to detect what if there's oil. Okay, it's not able to detect that. Okay, hidden ingredients in the food. It's not able to detect that. Okay, if you have mashed potato, and you added gravy or you added something else to the mashed potato, it's not able. If you added pepper, it's not able to detect all of that. Okay, um, or even the exact portion volumes. Okay, so because of that, user trust is eroding. One fourth of user complain, 25% of users complain. Okay, uh, on AI hallucinations and incorrect nutritional estimates. Okay, so it got this from just researching people's reviews, and this is what it found. Okay, so this is a gap right here that we can build an app that fills it. Okay, um okay, so how do we solve this issue? Okay, AI predicts glycemic responses and energy curves without requiring invasive blood testing. Okay, so we can go beyond what Cal AI is doing. Okay, and provide some sort of additional value that you know, um, you know, uh, additional value, like without requiring expensive equipment to be able to, just based on the food, AI can be able to use research that is out there to be able to predict certain things and give value to the user, that they do not have to go walk into the doctor's office for the doctor to tell them exactly that. Essentially, the platform connects specific food intake to immediate mental state like brain fog. Okay, so we can build an app that not just gives you the calorie but also tells you the type of food you're eating, how it affects you, how it affects your brain, how it affects your body in general. Okay. Um, and then it can proactively give you suggestions on healthier restaurant options before the user even arrives at a restaurant. Okay. So this is exactly what we are going to build. So I'm just going to go to Gemini really quickly, and then I'm going to go to the research. Um, okay. I'm going to open up the research, and I'm going to export. I'm going to copy the contents here. Okay. I'm also going to go to Notebook LM, and I want to download this. Uh, what's going on? Okay. I want to download this. All right. And I'm going to fire up anti gravity in a second. So we're going to fire up a new anti-gravity IDE. And if you're not familiar with anti-gravity, it's just a VS Code. What do you call it? A VS Code wrapper? Okay, but it's Google's own, and I like to use this because it's just a little better. And I like to use this with Claude Code, which is better with very complex applications. Okay, so I'm going to open a folder, go into my documents folder here, go to development, and I'm just going to create a new folder. And then we are going to call, what are we going to call this application? Nutri Value. Let's call it Nutri Value for now. Okay, you can always change the name. Don't get fixated on what the name is, especially in the beginning. So I'm just going to create this, open this in anti-gravity, okay? And it is open, and I'm just going to create a file and tell it research, okay, research.md. And I'm just going to paste the research information, and it's just plain text, guys, but it's okay. As an MD file. Okay, I'm just gonna actually rename this with text because it's just plain text. Okay. And one thing I'm also gonna do is I'm going to bring that image right here, okay? Beyond the color, name it beyond the color. Color. Oh, I cannot spell. Okay. All right. We have these two files. Great. I'm gonna open up the terminal. Okay. And someone asked, why are we using AI? Why can't we just build this thing? Why do we have to use AI? And my answer to that is, guys, you just have to learn how to use AI. AI just helps you build faster. Even even in corporate now, like everybody uses everybody's using AI, even in corporate. Like this, if you get a corporate job right now, you're going to be using AI, um, to build. That's just where we are at. So you just have to learn how to use. Now, if you're starting out, should you use AI? I feel like you should learn the fundamentals first. Um, but this is particularly for a different audience. I would say this is for a different audience, and the audience is people that just want to build with AI. Okay, people that just want to build with AI, and they want to build tools out there that are useful. They want to build applications that make money. Okay, so this is this is what this is for. Okay, so this is if you want to learn how to code, I'll say go take it. There's a ton of JavaScript courses on YouTube that you can take that teaches you the fundamentals, that teaches you the code without AI. Okay, so you can go through the fundamentals and learn them before you use AI. So over here, I'm just gonna summon Claude, um, and I'm just gonna ask it to review the. Okay, can you review the documents in this folder, which is the research.txt file and the beyond the calorie PNG image, and come out with an implementation plan to implement this application. It identifies a gap in the market. We are trying to replicate an already existing application, but with a twist that identifies a gap in the market that we are trying to implement. Come out with a plan that we can use to implement this application. Okay. And there we go. Just gonna hit enter, and it's just gonna analyze everything within the folder. Okay. If you are new here, if you're new here, please hit the like button. Okay. Um, if you are enjoying this, hit the like button. Um, all right. So we're just going to wait for it to analyze everything here. And as you can see, it's actually recommend excellent research. I've reviewed both documents thoroughly. You have identified a compelling gap in the nutrition app market. Okay. But when it comes to these applications, and by the way, guys, let me show you something really quick. I'm launching my app in the App Store, okay, which is the Vlog Now app that I developed in the first episode, okay. I'm putting it out in the App Store. So if this is something you are interested in, please go and support. The name of the app is called Vlog Post, okay, Vlog Post. And basically, what it does, it allows you to, vlog or talk to the camera, just ramble. You don't have to be cohesive or anything, just ramble to the camera, and it's just going to translate those into social media posts that you can post as Reddit. Okay, so you can just open up the camera, tell your story or something that just happened to you, and it's going to turn that um, into a newsletter, okay, into Twitter, tweets or threads, okay, it's going to turn that into an Instagram carousel. So it's a way for you to, you know, one take, you know, take a one take off your Rumble, okay, just one take off your Rumble, and then you are able to distribute it everywhere on social media. There's a ton more I want to do with this application. Like this is just the basic, what you call the MVP, but there's a ton more I'm thinking about doing with this application. And it's not just um, it's not just the way it is currently. Like there's a ton more I'm thinking about doing with this application. So if you want to be an early bird, um, please go find it on Vlog Post. I'm about to add it for review in a second, but there's a few things I need to do first before I'm able to push it to the Apple's App Store for review before it ends up in the App Store. Okay. Um, so if you want to support, please support. I actually want to make the first users, the first few users are basically tested early birds or early adapters. I want to make it discounted for them so they can, you know, um, just because they are the first user. So as you can see, came out with a long plan. Okay, so we took our research and we bring it over here to Cloud Code, and we want an implementation plan. Okay, so this is where it's going to develop a PRD. And if you're new here, this is day 3 of 50 apps in 50 days. The last episode, we built a thumbnail maker, okay? And that was freaking incredible. I cannot tell you how much fun, okay? I cannot tell you how much fun I had, okay, working on that application. I'll just show you an example of some of the thumbnails we generated from the application, okay? This was one of them. This was one of the thumbnails. Well, not the best, not the best. But look at this one, guys. Look at this one. And I just discovered a prompt that is going to take it to a whole nother level. Okay. So I'm thinking about, okay, I'm going to put it out there. Maybe slap the price a little bit less than what the competitors are charging out there. So it's an option if you want to use a cheaper version to you know, generate and create thumbnails for your YouTube videos, you can use that as well. But look at this one. Like this is a scroll stopper right here. Like this is a scroll stopper. So I'm really proud of what we are able to come out with. But the thing is, the first few steps are usually, you want it to be as simple as possible, and then you can improve and optimize as you go. Okay, so that is what you want to do. So here is the executive summary. Build a metabolic intelligence platform that combines AI-powered food scanning with personalized metabolic insights and proactive coaching, democratizing uh, precision nutrition for the mass market. Okay, current market has a cheap, shallow tools like Kale AI. Okay, no one end on one end, and expensive, invasive tools. Okay, on the other, we occupy the middle. Okay, with AI powered biological proxies. Okay, so it outlines the core differences. Okay. Technology stack selection. Okay. React Native and Expo. Great. Okay. I thought it was going to do some sort of a web application or something like that, but we're already going the right direction. Cross platform. Okay. iOS. That is good. Expo camera API for food scanning. Amazing. Expo notification for agentic coaching. Expo notification for agentic coaching. Okay, okay. So notification system. Okay, we'll be using the Zoostan, yes, for tracking and managing all of the data flows in the front end. That is good. UI libraries. We are going to use Tamag Tamag UI or Native Wind, Tailwind. See, okay, that's fine with me as long as it looks good. Database, we're going to be use Postgres. No, no, we're not going to use this. We're going to actually use Convex. It just makes our life so much easier. For file storage, we're going to use S3 or Cloudflare. For food images, we're just going to stick with Cloudflare. Okay. Um, Computer vision on device, TensorFlow Lite. Hmm, on device, I don't know about this. Cloud, GPT-4 vision, Google Gemini Pro vision. Okay. Hmm. I think we're gonna go with Google Gemini Pro Vision. I just feel like Google has a lot more data. Like, they just train a lot more because they have access. They are the entry point to the entire web. Okay. Uh, okay. Integrations, Apple's Healthcare, Google Health Connect, wearable APIs. Okay, that looks good. So this is gonna have a camera model, a dashboard, profile history, API gateway. Okay. AI pipeline, GPT RAG, GPT-4 Vision plus RAG, okay. Postgres, okay. Superbase off, okay. Just a few. So it looks good, but I'm just gonna ask her to make a few changes. And it went ahead and did a few things on device model, food analysis on device model, TF Lite. I'm not familiar with this on device model, TF Lite. Um uh So it looks good so far, but I just want to make a few changes. Instead of using Superbase for the database, I want to use Convex, and instead of S3, I want to use Cloudflare R2. And Can you explain what the on-device model is? What does that mean? What is the on-device? What's it called? Yeah, the on-device model that you are talking about. Oh, and even came out with a pricing model, guys. Okay, that's great. So I'm just gonna enter and let it make these edits to uh, to the application. So I'm just gonna enter. So guys, I'm just monitoring the stream here to make sure. The first time I tried this, I was talking the whole time with no audio, so I don't want to repeat the same thing. So it's basically making a modification on device model. An on device model runs directly on the user's phone rather than sending data to the cloud server. How it works: user takes a photo, on device model, small model, runs locally. No, I don't think we have the. Hmm, okay. So I'm going to say, I think the on device model uh, provides some level of complexity. Can we avoid it for now and think about integrating it later, unless it's extremely simple to implement? Okay. So the good thing about Cloud is you can send multiple requests at the same time, and that is exactly what I just did. I just sent another request. Okay. Well, whilst it's working on this, and it's just gonna pick this up and make the modification. So it has come out with an implementation plan. I'm just going to review that really quickly. So here's the implementation plan. And okay. And always read through the implementation plan. And uh, if something doesn't look right, you can always ask it to uh, make corrections. Okay, before proceeding. So I like how it's already thinking about authentication with auth. Okay. using Convex. Okay, queries, subscriptions. Okay, that looks good. But I'm looking for, so it's gonna use GPT for vision, which I don't have a problem with. Okay, so let's see what a new plan it came out with. Dan, I've updated our implementation plan with your changes. Convex instead of Superbase backend is now Convex. Reactive backend as a service. Uh, okay, that looks good. R2 for images. Um, okay, that looks good. MVP approach is now straightforward. User takes a photo, send it to call ChatGPT for vision, return results. Why skip on device for now? Okay. All right, looks good. I'm just gonna say let's start scaffolding and project structure. Okay, so this is gonna use Expo, and the amazing thing about Expo is essentially it's gonna develop an app and allow you. Expo is gonna allow us to be able to test on our phone as we are developing. That is the most amazing part about using Expo. And if you don't have Expo installed, uh, it's just gonna ask you to install it. Okay, and you also have to install the Expo Go app on your phone. Okay, so it's called the Expo Go app, and essentially you are going to see your app appear. It's going to show a QR code that you can use to, um, use to go into your, um, you can use to go into your application, and you can use it on your phone as if it was you can use it on your phone as if it was on your phone essentially, so it simulates the entire um mobile phone, iPhone 26. Okay, there's iOS. It simulates it on your device and allows you to use the application as if it was on your phone. Okay, so just gonna allow it to do the work. Just gonna wait. Okay, so okay, so I can already tell is encountering a few errors. NPX convex login. Okay. And if you want your life to be easy, guys, use convex. I used to use Superbase and it was a hassle. Like it was just a literal hassle. Convex was made in the AI age, so it integrates so seamlessly. You don't have to do before when using Superbase is Clock would have to provide you with, or any AI tool that you use will have to provide you with the SQL code, and you copy it over to Superbase, and sometimes it had a lot of errors, and then you go back and forth until it works. With Convex, it just works a bit different. Like it just works different. Like everything is through the terminal. So all the communication with the database is through the terminal. And also the thing I like about it is you instead of storing your sensitive information in within your the EMU file, you just store them within Convex. Okay. So you store your API keys within Convex and it just handles that safely for you. All right. Um, so it's building out the application right now, as you can see. All right, looking good. Looking good. So if you join the stream, leave your comment. Okay, leave your comment in the comments section. If you have any questions or if you want to ask about anything, okay. Someone asked me earlier, why use AI? Why use AI? And my answer to that is, I thought it was an interesting question, and my answer to that is, it's just faster. If I were to write each line by code, we would take hours. It would take days. But AI just makes it easy, you know, to put all of these things together. And and I get it, like if you are just starting out a code, you know, it depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to learn how to code so that you can find a job, then going to learn the fundamentals is key. Like there's a ton of JavaScript classes on YouTube and Udemy that you can take that teaches you the fundamentals, that teaches you how to code without AI. And then once you learn how to do that, you then add AI to it, and you are powerful. You're powerful. But there's another set of people that, you know, you do not necessarily want to learn how to code. You just want to learn how to use code, or, you know, learn how to build products so you can put them on the App Store and make some money. You know, there's that category as well. And I would say if you are part of that category, which is what this video is more appealing to, I don't think you need to go take those JavaScript coding classes because you're not trying to find a job. You, in that case, you're trying to become a product manager. Okay. So you're a product manager, and I just lost everybody. Is everybody here trying to learn how to code? You're not trying to make some money. Um, so um, Yeah, so if you are just trying to use AI to build products so you can put them on the App Store, put them online, and make some money off of it, then this is probably more gonna appeal more to you, because in that aspect, you're a product manager. Okay, you are the CEO, and you can think of AI as, you're just employing AI agents to build your application, to bring your idea to life. Okay, and in this video alone, we've learned how to come out with an idea, research it. Okay, I use Gemini for research. You research your idea, um, you know, and if there's already an idea out there that, all right, and we're back, guys. Sorry about that. I'll share my screen. You didn't miss much. Okay. Um, yeah. So, Clock Code is still doing its thing, and it's just building out the apps, building out, different pages. And once it's done, it's just gonna let us know. Um, if give this video a thumbs up, guys. Give this video a thumbs up. Okay. But what are we building? We are basically building, um, a calorie tracking application. Okay. This app out there is making millions, and it's built by an 18-year-old. Okay. And basically, we are not building the exact same thing. We went to Google and asked Google, okay, there's this an example of an app out there that is making a ton of money. How can we replicate it? How can we find gaps in the market and build something that is better, that has more value? And essentially, Gemini went out there, did a research, went and read the reviews of the application, saw the other apps in the market, found the gaps, okay? Found the gaps, saw that 25% of people, okay, almost one fourth of user complained that the app hallucinates a lot. And essentially, Call AI allows you to take a photo of your food, and it just sends the photo up to GPT-4 Vision or Gemini, and essentially, comes back with how many calories are in the food. And that is basically what it does. And it's making a ton of money. Okay. Now they have a ton of big guys behind this. Okay. Look at all these Instagram influencers that promote it every day. Okay, so they are a machine right now. But it doesn't mean the market is over. Like it doesn't mean it's over. Like you can take an idea that is out there. If you do not know what to build, you can take an idea that is out there, go to Gemini and ask it to find you the gaps. It would go out there and do the research. Okay, find the gaps. Okay, like this one. It found user complaints, and how do we fix it? Okay. um just don't give you what if we don't just give users the calorie of the food? Okay, what if we provide a lot more information, you know like what the food intake does to their mental states, like brain fog, okay, stuff like that. And even suggest healthier restaurants options, okay, or healthier food. All right. So, like, you can always improve on applications out there, which is what we are trying to do today. Okay, so it looks like Gemini is down, and let's see. Let's see. So so first we need to set up Convex. This is the file structure, by the way. Okay, there's onboarding when you sign up. There's a full detail. There's a vibe check. Okay, there's a scan results. Okay, onboarding. And there's a schema. Okay, yeah, this looks good. Um, okay, so first we need to cd into app. We need to npx convex. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy this, open the terminal, and let's see where we are at currently. So, okay, so we need to cd into app. What is the next? Um, what's the next instruction? The next instruction is to run this command. Okay, and this is just setting up Convex and running the Convex instance. Okay. Okay, yes, this is a new project. Project name is going to be Nutri Valley. Okay. Um, use cloud local dev deployment. Hmm. Should we use? Hmm. So I guess this is a new feature now. Local deployment. Okay. We'll get into that later, but we're just gonna pick the cloud, and it's just gonna store our information in the cloud. So we have successfully run that. What is the next step? Add OpenAI API key to Convex. Okay. So the next thing we need to do is to go to uh, OpenAI console. Okay, OpenAI console. I'm just gonna log in very quickly. Okay. And dashboard. Okay. And where you need to go is to go to API keys. Okay. Oh, and I have a ton here, and I'm just gonna create an API key. Call this Nutri value. Okay. And I'm just gonna hit. Okay. I'll definitely delete this after. All right. So I'm just gonna copy this API key. Go back to the application. Um, and then I need to add this to Convex. Okay. So the next step is to go to Convex. Okay. So open up Convex, convex.dev, log in. All right. And we need to create a new project. Okay. I'm going to call it True Value and then create. And once that is created, we want to come here to settings, environment variables, and add, okay, add our OpenAI environment variable. And it's going to be OpenAI API key. All right. And then save. And that has been added. And now we can run the app. Okay. Okay. Can now run the app. NPM stat. Okay. What was the arrow saying? So it cannot find package.json. So I'm just going to copy this arrow. Go back. Paste it to Cloud. And because it's okay, I think we just need to install dependencies first. Um, okay, so we need to go into the app directory. Got it. Okay. So just gonna go back here and paste this. Um, okay, so that port is already taken. I'm just gonna say yes. And the app is running, guys. And I'm just gonna press I to open up the iOS simulator. Okay. But what I can also do is I can go to my Expo Go app and it should show up. Okay. Hmm, I don't see it. So, okay. So it's still building. I think it called a Metabo sync. Oh, why is it calling a Metabo? Metabo sync. Okay. And look at it, guys. Look at what it looks like. You can see on the screen. Look at what it looks like. This looks stunning. Okay. This looks stunning. It already added some stuff here that I'm not really sure about. Oh, okay. So the vibe check is okay. But let's count some food. Let's count some food. Um, hmm. I don't have any food around, guys. Let's see. Let's see. So we need to take a photo of some food. I'll be right back, guys. Let me go grab some. All right, so I got this protein bar, okay, and I got these couple of cashews. Let's start with the cashew. Let's see what. Okay, and I just hit analyze food, and it's analyzing. And look at that. Look at that, dude. It got it completely wrong though. It said uh, it said it's a chicken Caesar salad. So maybe the AI model here isn't great. Okay. The AI model here isn't great. I'm gonna hit retake. Oh, and it has an option to choose from gallery as well. So what we can do is I can just go download some random food, okay? And I'm gonna download one of my favorite, one of my favorite food. Okay, if you know, you know. If you know, if you know this food, you know. If you know this food, shout out to you. And I'm just gonna drop this here. Oh, what's happening? Something's happening. Okay. and I'm just gonna uh what's going on? Okay. Ah, all right. All right. So I'm just gonna take so the issue here might be if okay, so it keeps okay. Let's go to history and see. So it completely got this, okay, which is a couple of cashews. It completely got it wrong, which makes me think is the AI model we're using. It's not good enough. And it's just making guesses. So we'll come back and correct that in a second. But I'm gonna take a photo of this frisk. Okay. 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 So I see what the issue is. It's just, it's just it's not really making calls to the to the to ChatGPT. So I'm just gonna say, okay, so we have OpenAI API key connected, but it looks like every time I scan a food, it just uses generic data and doesn't really make API calls to analyze the food information or anything. And enter. And there's an app that I'll actually use. Like I could actually put this on the app store and just let it. I would add a few more things though. Like I'll add a few more things like the ability to track my data over time, you know, um, like just the ability to track data over time. And also this is I understand this is MVP, so it's just gonna be bare minimum, bare bone, bare minimum. But I can see adding a few more features to this, like if we go back to the research, we just don't want to show the food information. But it looks like Cloud Code also interpreted some of that information wrongly. Um, okay, so we were correct. The current implementation uses mock information. We don't want to do that. We actually want to use, okay, the current implementation uses mock data as placeholder. Let me update this scan flow to actually call the convex AI analysis action. Okay, okay, we are cooking. We are cooking, guys. We are cooking. So I'll definitely make updates to this application and show you next time what I was able to do to it, and probably eventually even put it on the App Store, you know, um, as maybe even a cheaper alternative, uh, alternative to use. This is something I would use. I don't want to pay for cloud AI, when I can just go to ChatGPT and do it. But I think the value they are providing is ability to track your macros over time. Okay, so they are giving you the ability to store your macros in the database and basically have insight over time. So if you're able to track your food every day within a year, it's able to give you more insight. Okay, it's able to use AI to analyze that information. Excuse me, to analyze that information over time. Okay, okay. So this is taking a lot. So it gives you a lot more information. Like it gives you the metabolic impact. Okay. Like look at this. You know, it gives you a lot more information. Um, okay. Uh, so let's restart the app. So I'm just gonna go here, kill it. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Now, okay, start. Say yes. Okay. Go to home, scan food, and we are able to choose from gallery, by the way. And I'm just gonna pick this. Okay. Analyze food. Error. Fail to analyze. Please check. Please check your internet for connection. So I'm just gonna take a screenshot of this because it looks like it's good. Okay. So it looks like we are getting this error, which isn't right because we have internet connection actually. So so it's saying the OpenAI API key is not set in convex, which we just set right here. OpenAI API key, uh, which we just set. Uh, okay, so it looks like there's some confusion here. Okay, it may be under a different application or something. Okay, okay, so we have two different. So that is basically what happened. Um, okay, so I'm just gonna copy the value. Okay, go back here. Okay, so it should be this. So this is why it wasn't working. So we created the application twice. That is why. So we have this and we have that, which is the reason why that is happening. So we should be good now. Actually, we should reload this. I'm just gonna kill and then start the server again. Okay. And then we already have an arrows, guys. What is this? What is this? So I'm gonna copy this. Okay. So if you are just joining the stream, what we are basically doing is we are building a calorie tracking application. Um, okay, and it looks like it's having issues with the images. Okay, so it says it cannot read property base 64 of undefined. Okay, okay, so it needs to install the expo file system. Okay, so that is essentially what is happening. So we're going to fix that. If you're new here, please hit the like button. Okay, if you like this video, hit the like button, guys. So that was the missing piece. So it wasn't able to read the images essentially. So now we should be able to read those images. We should be able to read the images. Oh man, we already 1 hour in. Um, okay, so Cloud Code is making the changes. Now we're gonna test this out really quickly. Hopefully, this time around we are good. Hopefully, this time around we're good. Okay, so removed this import added base 64 true. Okay, press R to restart. Okay, so we just need to press R and it's just gonna restart the server or reload the app. Okay, just gonna. All right, scan food. All right, look at that, guys. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. This is looking great. Uh, allow, but we cannot take photos. So let's go to. So if you know this food, shout out to you. I'm just gonna analyze this food. Let's see if ChatGPT is able to recognize this food. Oh, look at that. Fufu with meat stew. Look at that. Moderate metabolic. Okay. Looks like we did get some errors that can we can fix in a second. But look at that. Okay. Predicted energy curve. Look at the information it gives you right here. This is the meat and bread, or what did they say? Okay, this is what separates us from the other applications out there. But it looks like we have an error. So I'm just going to copy this and but it's looking great. This is an app that I actually would use. So I'm gonna probably add a few more features here. It was able to recognize the almonds. Let me try this, by the way, which is brisk. Let me try. Okay, choose a different photo, and you can now upload a photo from. Um, okay, so this was unrelated. All right, guys. Looks like it looks like frozen, but let's do a final app check. It's just fixing a few errors here. And I'm just gonna pull up the simulator, okay? I'm just gonna pull out this simulator. It was able to detect this, which is of course fufu, okay? And basically what I'm doing is I'm asking it to, okay, it has a lot of, it had a lot of, what do you call it? Mock data, and I'm asking it just strip it off all the mock data. And it looks like there's some in the history. Okay, hopefully it gets rid of those as well. But yeah, guys, we can scan food, we can upload food, okay? Um, you know, and it gives us all the information we need. Okay, okay, look at that, and it tells you the metabolic impact. Okay, so this is it, guys. I'll end the stream here. It's already over an hour. But this is it. You know, give this video a thumbs up. Okay. Yes, I'm using anti-gravity, crazy creator. I'm using anti-gravity. Yes. As you know, I've used tried Kesa, I've tried Replit, I've tried them all, but anti-gravity just I just like to use anti-gravity just because it's connected to Gemini, and when I'm doing UI work, it's just way better. Right now, it's taking a long time to load, like you can see, but I use it. Um, I use it sometimes. So this is it, guys. I'll end the stream here. Um, we have a working app, guys. You know, that hopefully beats the competition. And I'm going to improve on this offline. Probably put it in the app store because this is an app I can see myself using. But this is it, guys. To till the next one is peace.